A Minecraft movie comes out later this week in just a few days, and something I like to do before silly little movies, because I'm a little freak weirdo, is I like to figure out what is gonna happen in the movie. I like to take my best guess. I did it for the Mario movie, just based off the first trailer, and I got a lot right, which is like not a crazy accomplishment because it's like a baby movie and also the most generic plot ever, but it still is fun to do. So I'm gonna do that with the Minecraft movie, just kind of casually. I'm not really gonna look at any more trailers. I'm not gonna look anything up. I'm just gonna yap about what I think is gonna happen based on the trailers that I've seen on my TV and YouTube, things that I've seen. I'm not gonna go out of my way. I know there was like a children's book or something I saw on Twitter that like spoiled it. I didn't look at that. So if I'm right about whatever that book spoils, I didn't cheat, I promise. You just have to trust me. So here's how I believe the Minecraft movie is going to go. Fade in from black over a suburban town. Child in a blue shirt digs with his hands through the dirt. And a voiceover, none other than Jack Black, says the iconic line, "As a child, I yearned for the mines." And we see the stuff from the trailer where he's standing outside the mines and he's like, "Oh, I want to go in." And the guy's like, "You can't go in." And it like fades. And, the voiceover is probably saying something like, "They didn't let me follow my dreams." So it like cuts to him and he's like working in a potato factory. And I know that because I was in Target and I went through the Minecraft movie coloring book and there was a potato mascot and a factory. So I'm assuming that's where Jack Black works before he gets sucked into Minecraft. So he's there and he's like, my life, I was so unfulfilled until one day I had enough. And he makes his way to the mines and he's like, I decided to follow my dreams. So Jack Black is there and he's an adult. He's back at the same mine. He has his own pickaxe and he's ready to get to work. So he walks into the cave and maybe there's a supervisor guy and he doesn't really notice until he's too far in the cave. And he's like, hey, you can't go in there. It's not safe, man. And then we cut to Jack Black and he's in the mines and he's mining away and he's like, wow, I was finally doing what I wanted to do. Mining. And he's mining and he's mining and he cracks through dirt and rock and he hits something blue, something glowing. It's the cube, the weird tesseract thing that was in the coloring book and also I think it was in the trailer. It looks like the fucking Marvel tesseract, so I don't really know what it is, but I think it's like the MacGuffin of the movie for sure. So he finds it and he's in the mine and he's like, I found something no one would ever believe. And he's holding it and the cave starts to shake. And the guy he starts to try and run and he's like, hey man, you gotta get out of there. And Jack Black, he's like, he suddenly realizes the cave's about to collapse. So he starts to make his way out and he drops the cube and the cube starts to shake and glow and he goes to get the cube because it's his first treasure he found mining, and he touches it and he gets sucked through a portal. We don't see Jack Black. Then the cave collapses. Rumble rumble. The guy outside's like grabbing his head like, oh my god. So then we cut to like crossfade from the collapsed mine to like a bulletin board with like a missing persons flyer, and it's Jack Black and it's like missing Steve, but like maybe it's like covered up or something. I don't know if they want to give him a last name, or if they want to be funny, it could just be like Steve. That's his full name, Missing Steve. Or maybe he has a different name. Ooh, that would be interesting. Okay, so maybe he has a different name in the real world and it's like, I don't know, like Jack Stone or something stupid. And so the missing flyer says like Jack Stone, and like maybe Steve is his like chosen name in the Minecraft world. I think that could be fun. Anyways, so either he's like missing or maybe he's dead and it's like an obituary card. I don't know. But they think he's dead. We crossfade again to like black maybe, and the voiceover continues and he's like, to the real world, I was dead. And then like it starts to fade out from black to reveal like Steve walking through the Minecraft world for the first time. But the truth is, I never felt more alive. And as he says alive, the camera like pans up to the sky and a Minecraft movie appears. And so that's our title card. That's our opening. So that's the opening of the movie. We get our title. We get a hard smash to I'm not really sure how this is going to play out, but we're at a high school, and that makes sense. There's two like teenagers in the movie. So we're at this high school, and I'm trying to think. So in the coloring book too, because I wasn't sure how Danielle Brooks, I wasn't really sure how her character fit into the film. She clearly thinks Jason Momoa is a fool based off what I remember from the trailers, but I don't really know much else about her. But in the Minecraft movie coloring book, she is a zoologist. I don't know, there's like one page I remember of her, and there's like animals with her, and it says zoology or something. So we're gonna run with that. So whatever, we're at the school. Maybe it's a club fair, or like a career fair rather. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. And Danielle Brooks has like a stand for her zoology career, you know, and she's presenting to these kids. And then Jason Momoa's character, who is in the coloring book as well, working at what I assume is an arcade, because there's an arcade cabinet. And he's dressed like he's in the 80s. And there's also a page in the coloring book that's like, Gamer of the Year. And that's all it says on it, which is bizarre. So I'm going to assume he's Gamer of the Year in like the 80s, because he's dressed like an 80s rock star. So Jason Momoa is this washed up gamer from what I can gather, and he also is at the career fair. So maybe he's set up next to Danielle Brooks with like a rickety stand, and it's like falling apart, and he's like trying to act cool, but it's really embarrassing. So she thinks he's a fool even before they get to Minecraft. So then there's the two kids. I don't know okay, there's the kid, I think his name is Garrett. I don't remember where I heard that. I don't know if his name is Garrett. I can't even find the fucking cast list. Am I like stupid? Whatever this kid's name is, Sebastian, is that his name? Anyways, so yeah, the red hoodie kid and the girl, Emma Myers, I think is the actress's name. So they have to know each other somehow, I think, in my mind. Maybe they're like related, maybe they're cousins or something. Okay, so clearly this Garrett kid looks up to Jason Momoa's character, but Jason Momoa doesn't think too highly of himself, but at the same time he has to prove himself. And that's kind of the dynamic I can sense. So anyways, so this Garrett kid goes up to Jason Momoa's booth and he's like, were you really Gamer of the Year in the 80s? Like, that's so cool. Like, I want to be Gamer of the Year too. And so Jason Momoa is eating this up because, oh my god, this kid thinks I'm cool. So Jason Momoa is like, hey kid, like they probably chat, and maybe Emma Myers' character is with Danielle Brooks' character, talking about zoology, I don't know. So maybe Jason Momoa is like, hey kid, why don't you come to my arcade place after school? Like, I'll show you some real gaming. And the kid thinks that's really cool. Okay, this is a little, I'm struggling to figure out how they all come together, admittedly. So we're just gonna run with this. Jason Momoa leaves with this Garrett kid before school's even over, which is like creepy and weird. So Danielle Brooks is like, huh, that's weird. And then Emma Myers is like, did you see my brother Garrett or my cousin Garrett or something? Like, oh, he's in a stupid red hoodie, like I need to find him. And Danielle's like, he just left with that freak guy. But that's like weird. They're not gonna make him a creep. So maybe it's like, but it could be funny because he's not actually being a creep. So I don't know. Maybe they're related to Jason Momoa. Maybe they're like they're not his children, but maybe he's like their uncle or something. So then she's like, ugh. But then how does Danielle Brooks get to the arcade? Whatever. We're just going to go with this. So it looks like Jason Momoa is being a creep, and he takes this Garrett kid with him. So then Emma Maya's character is like, what the fuck? And then Danielle Brooks' character is like, oh my god, come with me. Like, this is not okay. And I don't think that's really what's going to happen. But one way or another, they all end up in this arcade place together. Jason Momoa breaks it down to Garrett like, I found this artifact when I explored these abandoned mines with my friend. I only say that because there's like a coloring book page where they're like outside of a gate, and it's just Jason Momoa and some guy. It doesn't look like an abandoned mine, but it fits into my story. So he's like, yeah, I found this in the abandoned mines. It was a wrecked mine, and I found this cube. And he's like in the back storage room of his arcade, and he's showing Garrett to try and impress him. Emma Brooks and Danielle like find them and come in, and they're like, what are you doing? And he's like, he's just showing me this cool gamer stuff. And Danielle's like, oh my god, this guy is such a loser. He has to hang out with kids to feel good about himself. Weird. Anyways, Emma probably grabs this Garrett kid and like pulls him away. Like we gotta go home, let's go. Unless they're related to Jason Momoa, in which case, I don't know. But whatever. They're all in the room. Jason Momoa is showing off his cube that he found. He's like, I don't really know what it does, but it's freaking cool rock, isn't it? And then it starts to freak out for whatever reason. Maybe they drop it, I don't know. Starts to freak out, Glow opens a portal, and they're like, whoa. So they go through the portal, they all enter Minecraft. They're like, what is this place? They start interacting with the animals, which, you know, Danielle Brooks, if she is a zoologist, that could be like, wow, this sheep is pink? That's like not supposed to be a thing. And then we get that scene from the trailer where Jason Momoa is kneeling in front of the sheep, and he's like, I'm talking to it, relax, you know, or whatever. So we see a lot of their first night stuff in the trailer. The sun goes down, mobs come out. They're freaking out. Oh my god, this is crazy. What do we do? What are these monsters? They're running around. So they're surrounded by the mobs, creepers, skeletons, zombies, spiders, and then out of nowhere, 3 arrows. A blur of blue, a swipe of a sword. And they don't really see anything, but they see a figure retreat into the woods, and they're like, whoa, we gotta, like, that guy just saved us. Like, what's going on? Is there somebody else here? We gotta follow him. So they follow him, and it takes them to the village. So they're at the village, and they're like trying to find someone else who can tell them, like, what is going on. Okay, so I didn't realize that they had the cube with them when they like met Steve. So that kind of changes what I thought was happening just a little bit. So I'm gonna adjust. So they have the cube, the Tesseract, and they don't really know what to do with it or how to get home with it. So they find Steve, they follow him to the village, and they're like, who are you? Why did you save us? And we get the like, I am Steve moment. We get the I am Steve moment, and he's like, I've never seen that before. And he's like lying about it because he's lonely and he never gets to play Minecraft with anybody. So he's excited to have these new people here. So he lies about the cube. He doesn't know what it is. He doesn't know how it works, whatever. And maybe he doesn't actually know how it works, but he totally knows what it is because that's what brought him here as well. So Steve gives them the tour of the village and shows them around, shows them how Minecraft works, tells them his story. And that's where we get like the crafting scenes and stuff, you know. So they're with Steve, they get the rundown on Minecraft in the village. They hit the tour, and you know, maybe Jack Black is like, put that cube away, like it'll lure enemies, and he gives them the Nether rundown, or maybe this. So Steve doesn't want anyone to go because he doesn't want to be alone in Minecraft. He wants to play Minecraft with his friends. It's better with friends. So he doesn't tell them about the cube, and or maybe they're like, come on, like maybe we could figure this out together. We could find a way home for all of us. And then Steve's like, I don't want to go home. And maybe we get his backstory then, or it's reiterated to us so the other characters know. And we learn that he opened a portal to the Nether and found out it was a pretty fucked up place. So he now feels like he has to protect the world or something. I don't know. Either way, he's not gonna bring these people home. But then they like, wait, you said that you built a portal. Like, can't you lied to us. Like, you know how to travel dimensions. And he's like, no, not really. I don't know. I think we get to a point where Jack Black is begrudgingly going to help these people get home with the Tesseract. And so we're outside an obsidian portal, and he's going to try and ignite it with the cube. And he's just like, they're having a moment, and Jason Momoa is like, you know, I'm better than you, like, yada, 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 just whatever. They're doing their thing. Right before they can try and ignite the portal to go home, the piglins attack the village. And they take the cube, and they also take Danielle Brooks and Emma Myers' character. They kidnap them, so now everyone has a reason to stay. They need the cube, they need their friends. And Jack Black, he's just excited because this looks like an adventure. It's an adventure, and it's time. It's time! So he takes Jason Momoa and this little kid, and he shows them his stash and all his loot he has, and they gear up to go on an adventure. We have to go to the Woodland Mansion to save your friends. That's where they're keeping them. So they go to the Woodland Mansion. That's where we get the chicken jockey scene. I don't know. It could go a lot of ways. Maybe Garrett gets kidnapped by the piglins in the Elytra scene, and they have to like split up. Or maybe Garrett, maybe like Steve and Jason Momoa are too big to like sneak around the mansion, so they send Garrett to go find Danielle Brooks and whatnot. So Steve and Jason Momoa are together, and that's why they're doing the chicken jockey while Garrett's trying to free their friends. Because we do know that there are prisons in the Woodland Mansions, so that could work. Whatever, there's a fun scene, they escape, and then they will like, well, where's the cube? And that's when they go to the Nether to fight General Chungus. That's his real fucking name, by the way, crazy. To fight General Chungus and the piglins, and I don't know, that's where the movie ends. Like, I maybe this doesn't count as predictions because this is pretty fucking basic, but I think, I don't know, I feel like the general outline is so totally there. So they fight the piglins, they get the cube back. Maybe they have to like destroy the cube to really stop General Chungus, and that's like a moment for them, like, we're gonna be stuck here forever, you know. And then they like think about the villagers and stuff, and they're like, it's okay, these people deserve saving. And so they destroy the cube, and sacrifice their way home to protect the world of Minecraft. So now Jack Black has all his friends, and now they're all playing Minecraft together. And of course the B plot is the nitwit villager who can't get a job, is hated and ostracized by his village, so he escapes through the portal in the beginning and goes on a date with Jennifer Coolidge, which is crazy. But maybe he comes back through the portal somehow. And in the B plot, I don't really know how the B plot's gonna go. And he brings Jennifer with him, and that's how our main cast can actually get home in the end. But they did sacrifice what they thought was their only way out. I don't know. Like maybe the villager opens the portal again from the human side. So I feel like that's one way it can end, and then they all play Minecraft together, find out they can go home, the villager's there. Or they get the cube, but they only get it because Steve like sacrifices himself, which I think could be a funny way to go. Who knows? Another way this could go is he sacrifices himself for these people and for the Minecraft world, and like jumps into the lava, taking General Chungus with him or something. Like I don't know. And so they're like, shit, Steve's dead, bro. And then I think it's kind of funny just because then you can have like a post-credit scene where like he just respawns in the bed. But I don't think they're gonna have Steve kill himself. If he does respawn in the bed, it'll be not in a post-credit scene maybe. And they're like, fuck, Steve's dead, bro. And they go back to the village, and then he's like, poof, he pops back in the bed, and it's silly. And yeah, that's a Minecraft movie. I think the like character arcs are gonna be mostly with Garrett and Jason Momoa and Steve. So I think Steve is gonna probably have to learn to like, I don't really know, because he doesn't really seem to have any like character traits in the trailers other than just saying what things are. But maybe he'll like have to learn to like trust other people with his Minecraft world, trust that they can be self-sufficient. Jason Momoa is gonna have to learn that he's not the best there is, and that's okay. He's gonna have stuff to learn, but he's worthy of the adoration that this Garrett kid gives him. And I feel like it's totally gonna be like this Garrett kid starts to attach himself to Steve. Jason Momoa is jealous of that because, you know, he's Gamer of the Year and Garrett looked up to him first. And Steve is just like happy to help everyone out, but there's totally gonna be a rivalry between those two. But they're all gonna learn to like coexist at the end. Daniel Brooks and Emma Myers, I don't really know what their deal is based on the trailer, like at all. So I don't know, maybe like Emma Myers was like, she wants to be she looks like a dork, so like an artist or an architect or something. She gets to build, Garrett gets to be an adventurer, Jason Momoa gets to be good at a video game, and Daniel Brooks gets to study block animals because she's a zoologist. I don't know. Everyone's happy in the end, whatever. Post-credit scene, now that the Nether is open to the overworld, Steve finds other players. Alex crawls out of the Nether after surviving there for who knows how long. Full netherite, gold boots or something, I don't know. She crawls out and she's like, where's Steve? I don't actually think that would be it, but it would be pretty silly. Alternative post-credit scene that is totally not it, but it'd be really funny, is if Jason Momoa's character turns evil and he's actually Herobrine. Not gonna happen, but I would love it. The Ender Dragon could be a post-credit scene if they really think they're gonna make a sequel. They'll call it another Minecraft movie. I don't know. Yeah, that's my Minecraft movie predictions. Not very profound, but it's my predictions, and we're gonna see how right I am. So that's all. I just like doing this. It's fun to see if I'm right or wrong about anything. Spoilers if I'm right. I am an artist and animator, so I actually have a normal channel where I do stuff like that, and I want to do more stuff like that over there. It's hard to find the time. This is my like trash channel for stupid shit that I want to do. So if you want stupid shit and not much else, you can stick around here. I'll make a follow-up video and talk about what I got right and wrong. Maybe I got nothing wrong. Maybe I got everything wrong. I don't know. I'm excited to see the movie though. Thanks for listening to me yap.